morning, students. We are discussing chapter 10, microbes in human welfare, and today we are going to discuss next topic, microbes as biocontrol agents. Okay, biocontrol means the use of biological methods for controlling plants, disease and pests. That means it is the process in which undesirable organisms is controlled by another organism. Okay, it is the process in which undesirable organisms is controlled by other organisms. In modern society, these problems have been tackled increasingly by the use of chemicals, by use of insecticide and pesticides. Okay, in our modern society, to control the plant disease and pest, chemicals are used. But these chemicals includes insecticide and pesticides. These chemicals are toxic and extremely harmful to human beings and animals, and also have been polluting our environment, soil, groundwater, fruits, vegetable and crop plants. Okay, but these chemicals are extremely harmful or the toxic to human beings and the animals, and also pollute our environment, soil, groundwater, and our soil is also polluted through the use of weedicide to remove weeds. To remove weeds, we use weedicide, so our soil is also polluted by the use of weedicides. So to control the plant disease and pest, we adopt the biocontrol agents. Okay, by the use of beneficial organism, we can control the undesirable organisms or the pest or plant disease. So now we see the biological control of pests and disease. Yes, in agriculture there is a method of controlling pests that relies on natural predation rather than introduced chemicals. That means there is a methods of controlling pests on natural predation rather than chemicals. That means instead of chemicals, we use some beneficial microbes to kill the harmful microbes like pest. Okay, we use some beneficial microbes to kill the harmful microbes like pest. Okay, next, organic farming is a key of belief of organic farmer is that biodiversity furthers health. The more variety a landscape has, the more sustainable it is. That means to make healthy environment more sustainable, we need more biodiversity. That means more number of microorganisms or species must be present in an environment. Okay, to make healthy environment more sustainable, we need more diversity. That means more number of organisms or species must be present in our environment. If the number of organisms is more, then food chain, food web work properly. Yes, in organic farming, organic farmers work to create a system to create where insects like pests are not eradicated. In organic farming, organic farmers work to create a system where the insects that are called pests are not eradicated, are not killed, and kept at manageable level. Okay, by a complex system to check and balance with a living and vibrant ecosystem. Okay, so in organic farming, organic farmers work to create a system where insects like pests are not eradicated, are not killed and kept at manageable level. Manageable level, the level at that they cannot harm the plants. इस लेवल तक मतलब उन्हें कर लिया जाता है कि वो मतलब प्लांट्स को हार्म नहीं करते. ओके, एंड kept at manageable level by checks and balance within living and vibrant ecosystem. Clear? Next is conventional farming practices. It is just opposite to organic farming. In conventional farming, chemicals are used to kill the pest. Okay, chemicals are used to kill the pest. Yes, in organic farming, chemicals are not used, but in conventional farming, chemicals are used, and these chemicals kill both useful and harmful organisms. Okay, so in conventional farming, chemicals are used to kill the pest. But if all the pests are killed by chemicals, it affects on biodiversity. And the organisms which feed on these pests that also are not able to survive for long time. In this way, biodiversity effects, so conventional farming harm the biodiversity. Okay, in organic farming, we use some beneficial organisms to kill the harmful pests, but in conventional farming, we use chemicals to kill the pest, or it kill the useful and harmful lives. So conventional farming harm the biodiversity. For this, understanding of flora and fauna and the interaction and webs must be increased. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए हमें क्या फ्लोरा फोना की, उनके बीच में इंटरेक्शन की, वेब्स के बारे में पूरी मतलब जानकारी होना चाहिए. हमें अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग को इंक्रीज करना चाहिए इनके उसमें. ओके, सो द यूज ऑफ biocontrol measures will greatly reduce our dependency on toxic chemicals and pesticides. So to eradicate pest, biological controls are used. In this method, requirement of complete knowledge of prey and predator, that means pest or microbes, their feeding habits, habitat, their life cycle, to control their number at manageable level. Okay, so to eradicate the pest, biological controls are used. Clear? Now we see some examples of microbes that feed on other harmful microbes or pests. Yes, first is ladybird and dragonflies are useful to get rid of aphids and mosquitoes. Ladybird and the dragonflies are used as biocontrol agents, and these control the growth of aphids and mosquitoes. There are other microbes that also used in this method. First is Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria. It is used to control the butterfly caterpillars. These are available in sachets. The dry spores of BT cotton are available in sachets. These are mixed with water and sprayed on the vulnerable plants such as brassicas and the fruit trees. Brassicas is the genus of the plant which includes vegetables like cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, mustard, etc. Okay, so the dry seeds of BT bacterium are available in sachets and which are mixed with water and sprayed on the plants like brassicas and the fruit trees, where these are eaten by the insect larvae. In the gut of larva, the toxin is released and the larva get killed. Okay, and yes, when these spores are eaten by the insect larva, these spores get into the gut of the larva, into the stomach or belly of the larva, and larva get killed because these releases toxins, poisonous substances that kill the larva. So larva get killed. Okay, the bacterial diseases will kill the caterpillar but larva, other insects unharmed. अब ये जो मतलब बीटी बैक्टीरिया है ये उस कैटरपिलर को तो किल कर देते हैं, लेकिन जो अदर इंसेक्ट्स है वो अनहार्म्ड रहते हैं. Okay, because of the development of method of genetic engineering in the last decades, the scientists have introduced Bacillus thuringiensis toxic gene into the plants. Okay, after the development of genetic engineering, scientists introduced Bt toxin genes into the plants. Okay, in this technique, genes of Bt incorporated into the plants by different method. These plants are Bt cotton. Such plants are Bt cotton. It is produced when Bt is incorporated with cotton plant. Bt cotton is produced when the Bt is incorporated with cotton plant. Okay. Next is Trichoderma species. These are the free-living fungi found in the plant roots and work as biocontrol agent against the many plant pathogens. Trichoderma species are free-living fungi found in the plant roots and work as biocontrol agents against many plant pathogens. Next is baculoviruses. These are the pathogens that attack insects and used as biological control agents are in the genus न्यूक्लियोपॉलीहाइड्रोवायरस. न्यूक्लियोपॉलीहाइड्रोवायरस मतलब वायरस जीनस का ये बैक्टीरिया है, वायरस है, ब्यूकुलोवायरस. Okay, these are the pathogen that attack insects and other arthropods and used as biological control agent. When some useful or beneficial insects are being conserved, then biocontrol agents are used under IPM, Integrated Pest Management Program. ठीक है, जब हमने किसी बेनिफिशियल इंसेक्ट्स को कंजर्व करना होता है उस टाइम बायोकंट्रोल एजेंट्स का यूज किया जाता है अंडर द IPM, Integrated Pest Management Program. Okay, so in this way we can control the plant disease and pests by using biocontrol agents. I hope you understand this topic. So students, watch video carefully. Read this topic from book. Thank you students. Have a nice day.